So we have the Amherst versus Holdrege game about to start. And so as we said earlier, Holdrege is 7-0 right now. Amherst is 5-0. And so both teams are still undefeated. Holdrege is technically the higher seed just because they've played and won more games. So pick and ban is underway. Nat will be joining me here soon, but it's just me at the moment. And so we have Amherst on the left banning Samira, and then Holdridge banned Tristana as an answer to that. And there goes Pike as well. And so it looks like so far bans are just pretty much focused in the bot lane. While Pike can mid, normally he's played as support. There's the Pantheon getting away from that bot lane. Pantheon, technically he can support, he can also jungle and top. Trendemir banned as well. He's probably a jungler or a top laner. And there goes Darius, a top laner, from the ban of Holdridge. Amherst's first pick is Galio. And let's see the answer to that. They're actually going with Silas, is what they're hovering right now. And so Galio can be mid. He can also be support. And so there's Silas and Jinx. Jinx is going to be played quite a bit because of that extra range. She is a very good ADC right now. Volibear most likely in the jungle for Amherst. Or for yeah, for Amherst. And they're set. And let's see who Holdridge picks. They're picking the Leona, and so I think that they're expecting Galio to be support, and so they picked their bot lane and then their mid, while Amherst has picked their top jungle and either mid or support. Banning the Hecarim. Hecarim's another champion that is just really good right now. He has a lot of just crowd control and he's very fast, good movement speed, can get around the map. And there's the answer ban from what is that? From Holdridge. The Shen. Shen is another champion that his ult can teleport. It's a cross map ult. He can go anywhere. He can teleport to an ally champion, giving them a shield. And so that's also just very useful in team fights. And there's the Nidalee pick. He was hovering J4 and then decided to go Nidalee. And so there's the Nidalee pick in the jungle. What?
Hello, hello, hello. So sorry that I'm a little bit tardy. I had to go and congratulate my kids and just sit with them for a little bit and just talk with them about the W. But I'm glad to be here with this match. Holdridge versus Amherst. It does seem that Amherst will be starting blue side and Holdridge will be starting red side. Um, right now, looking at the matchups, we have some wow. So we have what do you think it's going to be? Galio top, Bear jungle? No.
So Set is going to be
Galio.
top. Galio
Oh,
will end up
mid
being
lane.
mid.
Mhm.
And then the Morgana is supporting the Kaisa down in the bot lane and
Mhm.
the Volibear jungle
Alrighty. And then on the red side team for Holdridge,
for
we will be having
Holdridge.
Silas mid,
Silas mid,
Jinx
Jinx,
bot,
Jinx bot,
Leona
Leona
support,
support,
Nidalee,
Nidalee jungle.
Gongo, and Yorick top. So that'll be interesting to see how that Yorick will work into a set.
So Yorick also got changed a little bit, and he got buffed pretty hard
Mm.
these last few patches. And so that is going to be just a very powerful. Set's also just an early game champion.
Yeah.
And so, but that Yorick is just very, very oppressive at the moment. And so here we have another our spectator
There's
delay
delay.
as they are in loading screen and getting the game started. But yeah, and so just that Yorick and that Jinx will just be very powerful.
Mhm.
And Silas, if played right, he can also be just another power move
Yeah.
for Holdrege over there.
But while we're waiting, how's your day going, Coach Caleb? How have you been enjoying the day so far?
After that
NSCSA States finals.
after that last game
Mhm.
with the upset, I can't even lie, I did expect Broken Bow to win that.
Honestly, even though it is definitely my team, just with their track record and
Mhm.
seeing how Wayne has played Broken Bow before in a just a separate tournament and they lost, I was definitely kind of expecting my kids that I am having to comfort them. I hoped that Wayne would win, of course, but just with the track record that Broken Bow had, I was definitely thinking that Broken Bow would end up on top. But I guess I love to be proven wrong.
But yeah, no, because Wayne kind of just took the lead. They were
Mhm.
down for a little bit, but then they're like, "All right, it's time to win."
It definitely was.
And they took the lead, kept the lead all throughout the game,
Mhm.
had amazing control on the dragons and the
Honestly,
barons.
that was shocked me the most. That shocked me the
Mhm.
most because they did not give Broken Bow not even a single dragon.
Mhm.
They did not give him a single thing. It was amazing. It was amazing. The control that they had over the map, especially the teamwork that they displayed. Top roaming, being where they were supposed to be, just syncing up their alts and just the communication, even being in the room here with them, the communication that they had was outstanding.
Mhm.
And honestly, I am so very proud to be coaching those kids.
And so,
Truly.
as a coach, did they play any differently today than they normally do?
I think that's a great question. I think that they played they played how they normally do, but just I think because it was higher stakes, since this is indeed state, I think that they put just a lot more not effort, but just they clutched up, like
Mhm.
they just really got it together.
Mhm.
I think that they realized that as a team to make it to get first place or even second place, whatever that they'll end up being, they'll have to work together more than they've ever done, and that is exactly what they did. And look how
Mhm.
it turned out. So I cannot be more proud. I can't be more proud. I'm so incredibly proud. Yeah.
Was there any nervousness in your players before the match starting?
Honestly, they started off pretty on the fence about it. They
Mhm.
said we faced Broken Bow before, um, we've lost them, and all I could tell them was just guys, clean slate, clean slate. You just every time, no matter if you've won, you've lost, clean slate. And they came in fresh, and they did what they did, and see how it turned out.
Mhm.
So I do see that spectators delay is over now.
And so we will be, as always, 3 minutes behind, but we're finally into the loading screen, and here it is, and the game's already underway. All right. So game's underway. It looks like a five-man bot for
Welcome to Summoner's
a little
Rift.
red team over there. Are they gonna catch that Kaisa and Morgana? They're looking for the
Ooh,
invade.
they're looking
They
for it.
were seeing the Morgana Q comes out, and it looks like they might keep going, might try to keep getting that Kaisa.
Ooh,
Funitally Spear, that one narrowly missed, but the Morgana Q connected again. And it looks like they might be going for red.
wow. If they pull this early invade off, it really could set
Minions have
blue team
spawned.
just off their game.
hmm And so while they're invading, they might get the red buff, but since Volibear's starting blue, he can go vertical
Mhm.
because he knows that Nidalee at least. Most likely Jinx and Leona are
Mhm.
at his red right now. And so if he vertical jungles, he can go from his blue up to their red
Mhm.
and steal that and then make it more even.
Mhm.
And so we did see Yorick get a ward there, so in case Volibear does try to
And
do that,
is that an accidental heal from Jinx?
it looks like it.
That was that was maybe they what?
Eh, But so that would actually be pretty good over for Amherst. Because just getting that Jinx heal out of the way,
Mhm.
that will take off just a lot of fighting potential that they have.
Mhm.
Because both Leona is a very early fighter,
Yeah.
and she's just good at getting those early EQs in, getting that
Exactly.
early kill. And so taking that away, and then with the Morgana Q, that can hit Jinx. She won't be able to flash, but since she doesn't have heal, she can't heal
She
either.
can't heal
And
either,
so that will
yeah.
be a pretty important early.
So it does see that even early top and bot, they're showing more preference towards red team.
Hmm.
Holdrege is pushing in hard and they're looking for that early lead, I think. But it does seem like Volibear might be hitting up top to get that
To get that early
early
gank.
level 2 gank.
So it looks like Set might be going up there.
Ooh, and
Yorick flash,
Yorick
he's out.
flashes.
Little tussle in mid lane. Looks like Galio won that
Trade.
trade.
Mm-hmm.
Silas is seeing about a half health, and Galio still has most of his HP bar. And so we see that both the junglers are still in the rivers,
And you
and
see that mid looks to be heading up. Maybe to join up, steal some chickens, maybe. Oh,
steal some
just
raptors
put
just
that
to put a sneaky
put a
ward
sneaky
there.
ward in there. No, early warding is so important. Knowing where their jungler is, it gives you such a big advantage. Knowing on where you have to be, and it does look like Volibear
Oh, Volibear
is at
flash,
flashes
Nid
and
flash,
sleep.
he's out.
Ooh.
Spear, heavy spear hit. Volibear just there. Just that tussle for the chickens over there, over bot side. Looks like they're still going at it. Another good spear by Nidalee. She's consistently hitting her spears, and Morgana's consistently hitting her Qs too. Looks to be a fight up top. Just a little poke here and there. Both top laners are pretty even in CS, 24 to 26, 25, 26.
26.
And each lane kind of looks to be about even. There is a small lead for that Jinx and for that Silas. But other than that, oh, there's Yorick seems to be going in on Set. Just another little poke.
So it does look that still. Jinx seems to be pushing ahead. They do seem to have priority over the lane. But Volibear is looking to come bot maybe to change that, looking for that gank. And he
Seems to be
decides it is
backing
in
off
fact
a little
warded.
bit. Yeah.
So he does back off.
And so Nidalee's kind of looking top now. Misses that spear, and then Silas flash, or not Silas, Set flash to get out of there.
Ooh, and it seems that Volibear was caught out.
And that might be first
First
blood
blood.
given to Leona though, so it's not the worst down over for blue side. There goes the Leona flash, Kaisa flash, Silas looking down to come in. Both teams are kind of just backing off now. Red got what they wanted. And so Holdrege got first blood. Give him the support. There was an assist for the Jinx, and so that is
Hmm.
some gold, but first blood also gives you extra gold when you secure that kill.
And so, honestly, it is quite unfortunate for Holdrege that the Jinx did not get that first
Hmm.
blood kill. That is what, 400, 500 gold?
I think it's an extra 150. 150, I want to say.
450 gold in total
So it would have
then?
been 450 gold for that
450
kill.
gold. That is a lot. That can mean so much early game. That early damage you can get to bully your laner even more. That all these things, it might seem small, but they definitely do matter.
Galio's going in on Silas.
Oh,
Return, they got the stun. Teleport coming in from
from
Set.
set, and they seem to be backing off.
He might chase her down.
But whoa.
Jumping away, is he going to get her? No, he's not.
Ooh.
And so Silas backed. Yorick just kind of had a little bit of free reign. It looks like he dropped his ult to help him push.
And it might be looking that Red Team Holdrege might be looking
For
for
that early dragon.
Early dragon.
They get the Scuttle Crab, and they look like they're engaging on the dragon.
And it does not appear that there's anything that Amherst can be
Yep.
doing about this.
Volibear is top, and so there's not really much
Mm-hmm.
fight that they can even put up. It is first dragon, so it's not the riskiest. They can easily come back from it. But that little damage from the Infernal Drake that was just secured will be a little bit important.
Ooh, that was honestly a beautiful stun from Morgana.
Yeah, she's been pretty consistently hitting her roots. And so, especially as Morgana, that can be very dangerous
Exactly.
for Holdrege.
So that'll be interesting to see how that turns out during team fights.
Because if she can land a good hook on Jinx, even probably Nidalee, possibly Silas too, that can be pretty important. Silas chains connect onto the Volibear, gets taunted and has to flash out.
You know,
But we do see a Nidalee coming in. I don't know if anything will come of that. Yorick and Set are fighting top, not topping. They're fighting top. Set seems to be losing that trade, and he's still getting hit by that Yorick ult. And he gets caught in the cage. Will that be a kill?
Ooh.
And that's a kill for
That is a
Yorick.
kill for Yorick. It is interesting to see how he played that. It did seem like he was out at a certain point, but decided to ult back in with little to no health.
He could have been looking for that W, but I don't know if he would have gotten out either way with the ghouls hitting him. And so I think he's like, you know what, I might just try to make a play if I can. If I can't, then I can't. And so it was unfortunately a kill for Yorick.
It is quite unfortunate indeed.
You see Galio kind of roaming top. It looks like a lane swap between Galio and Set.
And it does seem.
That is Rift drop top lane. That will be first tower once that Rift connects.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
How unfortunate.
Silas is really good at dodging the pulls that Set has, and even the dash that Galio. I've seen probably about 2 or 3 times where he's just juked that.
Definitely. Some ankles have indeed been broken, you know? It just seems, this man seems to be really comfortable on his feet, and even so predicting maybe where their abilities will hit.
It kind of just seems like he really knows just the timing on that champion, on Silas. And so he knows when he needs to dodge, and he seems very comfortable on that.
Exactly. And another beautiful Q.
That is a stun on the Morgana, but she flashes out of the chompers, gets Q'd by Leona. And does she get the stun off? No, she doesn't, but that is a teleport. And he caught the Galio mid-dash. And is that a kill for Kaisa? No, but that is a kill on Kaisa. The Volibear jumps in, Galio tries to dash in, and that is another kill for Jinx. Let's hope that Volibear can get out of here, constantly getting hit, and Jinx decides to back off a little bit. That was really well played by that Silas and the Jinx. And even Leona too. Because they had great focus on the ADC. And Silas even catching that Galio was great timing on that. Caught him with the set ult that he stole earlier. So York marching down that second tier top turret. Set looking to stop him with Hope from Galio. Showstopper right into Galio. Taunt, root, knockup, but he flashes out of the big damage from Set. Let's see if Galio can chase Yorick down. He's following, got the E auto off, and that empowered auto secured that kill on Yorick.
And it does look like maybe red team is looking to set up for that, that early drag setup, which is more important than people, most people know. Because having that early, being there a little bit early and not just when it spawns, it really gives you the time to set up, get that vision, maybe zone the other team out, maybe even get a pick sometimes, you know?
So this might be a catch on Kaisa. There's a spear. Spear hits minion, and Kaisa gets let go. And so red side does have quite a few wargs around the drag pit. They really do have that set up well. And so now kind of just be keeping the red team off. But Leona seems to be going in. Leona does end up dying to the Galio. Jinx is letting out some rockets, kind of just, especially when they're grouped up like that. She gets hit by a Morq though, and it looks like that will be the end of the fight for now. Volibear healing up with that river plant. But Jinx's rockets did do something, because when they're grouped up 5-man like that, and she just constantly sends in rockets, that deals damage to everybody.
Exactly.
Ooh, Morgana Q barely misses the Silas. But the Nidalee does hit a spear on the Kaisa,
And it
taking
does
out
look
quite a
like
lot
a
of
tough spot.
That is Volibear down, that is Kaisa down, Set, and the Morgana soon after the zone is.
But
And then a drag.
that is a full team wipe on Amherst, unfortunately.
That was a good fight for them. They look to be in complete control of this game. Already 8k gold ahead, 2 towers ahead. Looking for 3 on that Jax, maybe, or not that Jax, that Jinx bot. And 4 on that mid Yorick and
And that is mid
Silas.
tower and possibly also bot turret not soon after.
See if Kaisa can get there in time to stop it. I don't think she can. Looks like it's about to fall in. That is 4 towers to 0. 2 dragons to 0. 9 to 2 kills. It looks to be a pretty good Holdrege lead.
Anything can still happen, but it's looking that there's not much that Amherst can do anymore. Holdrege has really gotten that early lead on kills, gold, objectives.
And the kills are kind of where they should be. Jinx has 3 kills, Silas has 2 kills, and they both have 5 assists. And so that's very important, because Jinx's late game is incredible. She deals tons of damage, and so the faster she can get that damage, just the better the game will be for them. And so getting those 3 kills on her, she does hold a 400 gold bounty. That could be dangerous
Yes.
if Amherst gets it. But just all she has to do now is just stay in the back, just backline it, and just kind of spam rockets.
And it does look like Holdrege is looking to see a Rift Herald in here. And they got it. And the Rift Herald on Nidalee.
So they got the Rift, and in both the games, the team who has been winning has been getting objectives.
No, true.
And so we see this from Holdrege, just keeping that lead, keep getting dragons, keep getting towers, and just like Wayne last game, they just kind of have been keeping their lead by doing that.
And it does seem like the Yorick that was pushing up ahead did indeed get caught out.
So that is 5-man top, and so Jinx and Leona might get this Jinx, Leona, and Silas, it looks like, might get this second
Second
tier
tier.
mid.
Hmm.
And so they've got that. Now they should just run and just kind of get out of there. They don't want to get caught too. And so while they got the kill top on the Yorick, they did suffer a little bit from that mid
Definitely,
tower.
definitely. Because they could have stood to not get the kill, defended,
Mm-hmm.
gone mid, defended, maybe sent one person up top so just so it's not completely run in.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely go mid and defend it because it is in this game objectives are everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like you know, the signs don't lie, facts don't lie. Holdrege has one, two, three, four, 5 towers and 5 towers and Amherst has 0. They're up in gold, up in kills. This Jinx 3-0 and 5, Silas 2-0 and 5. All their carries are where they need to be.
And if you look at the map, there are a lot of wards down for
Mhm.
red, and so they do have a lot of map control as well. Blue side just hasn't been able to just go out and
Mhm.
ward, but so red team just has a lot more map control too, and so they can
Yeah.
kind of just see where everybody is, and that lets them know their next spot that they need to be. So once you know where the enemy team is, you can kind of just decide, okay, they have no clue where I am. I know exactly where they are. There looks to be a fight breaking out. The Galio gets Black Shield, dashes out, and looks to be healthy and escaping. But as I was saying, they just have so much more control over the
They
map,
definitely do.
and that alone is also very, very important.
And like we mentioned last game, when Wayne versus Broken Bow, vision is such a big part in this
Hmm.
game. Like you said, knowing where the enemy team is lets you know where you can be safely. It it makes it so things that normally would be risks, like sneaking in the mid tower, if they didn't know where they were, like obviously they were top, but let's say they were in their
Hmm.
bot jungle or something, they didn't know where they were, then it'd just be that more risky.
Hmm.
And you take opportunities that normally, if you had vision, knowing where they were, you could easily take them, but it becomes
Hmm.
so much more of a risk.
And even now, Holdrege was just in the bot jungle, and they have the entire thing warded.
Hmm.
That blue side bot jungle. And so we see Amherst kind of clearing those wards, and Holdrege is looking for the dragon fight. I don't know if there's much,
Oh,
and they don't get the steal. The
oh,
Galio opens in, doesn't knock up any champions,
but
and it looks to be another sweep for Holdrege.
all around black screens for Amherst. How unfortunate. And Yorick is heading it up mid, running it in mid hard, getting that third tier tower and possibly inhibitor.
It's
Before,
been a pretty clean game for Holdrege.
definitely.
Has been destroyed.
They took the lead in the beginning and just have kept the lead. They didn't give Amherst any moments to breathe. They've just been on the offensive the entire time.
Definitely. Now, this is really such a good example of taking the lead, not making mistakes, and just
Mhm.
keeping it going. Keeping that momentum going is such a big deal, you know? If
Mhm.
at any point they had made a mistake, let Amherst get just even a little bit of an edge up on them. This could have gone completely different.
Mhm.
But as far as it's right now,
And so
Holdridge is winning, but
Holdrege is now resetting, possibly getting ready for that Baron. And the Baron just spawned. And so it looks to be that they might be marching over there, trying to secure that, because that could be a pretty easy push if they do end up getting that Baron. There won't be much that Amherst can do after that.
and it does look like Holdridge is starting that Baron.
There's not much that Amherst can do at this point. They
There really
can't
isn't.
fight the Baron. And so that might just be a free Baron and end for Holdridge.
It is looking to be so.
So one more reset before the final push, trying to get as much as they can to make this last team fight as smooth as possible. because Amherst is still defending base because they're just so far behind.
There's just nothing that they can do. The only thing that are they are doing and can do is just turtle up in base. If they even step out of base, if they go too far, get caught out,
Hmm.
that is it, and that is automatically game.
And so even at this point, 20 minutes in, Yorick has a level up on Set. Nidalee has two on Volibear. Silas has two on Galio. Jinx has three on
Wow.
Kaisa. And then the supports are even right now. And so incredible lead from
Also an incredible
Holdridge.
goal difference.
Hmm.
This is crazy. Holdred Amherst still hasn't gotten any towers. Holdridge is looking at three dragons, a baron, and it's just they're so far ahead.
And they just look to be pushing all lanes, Nidalee in the top lane, making sure that lane catches up.
They're putting
Three
pressure
in the mid,
everywhere.
yeah. They're looking just to overpower Amherst, make it so that they can't do
Oliver
anything.
does
Those feet
also.
engage. Galio hits the Leo. Set carries the Leo, but to no avail. And that is another clean sweep from
From
Holdridge.
Holdridge. And that does look to be game. Kaisa tries to
Jinx
escape, but
rocket.
again, to no avail.
And that
That
is
is
game.
game. Wow. This did go a lot quicker than the Wayne versus
That
Broken Bow
this
one.
was a very quick game. It was a clean sweep from Holdridge at almost all the time.
So this does put the score at Holdred 7,
8 and 0.
8 to 0, and Amherst 5 to 1. So the next match that we'll be watching will be Amherst versus Broken Bow, and this will be for the third place match. So we'll be looking forward to seeing that one. That seems to be just about an even matchup. 5 to 1, 8 to 1. It's not very far from each other. It just seems like one team has played more matches than the other. But I'm quite interested to see how this will turn out. So we'll be right back at 12:15. So keep watching.